Harper Audio presents the Book of Lost and Found by Lucy Foley, read by Jessica Ann Ball. The Portrait. She hangs in the National Portrait Gallery now. Her smile has not faltered through the years, and her hair still falls just above her jaw, as sleek as cat's fur. She sits awkwardly, the pose of a moment held for eternity. Her eyes squint slightly, shielded from an invisible sun by her hand. Who is she? The drawing bears no clue, nor the little square of text beside it. A friend of the artist's, circa 1929, pen and ink. Friend is a difficult word. It can conceal so much. Who was she, really, to the young man who sat down and sketched her one afternoon, with the spoils of their picnic beside them? Even this most gifted of artists is restricted by his medium to work only in the realm of the visible. Some things must be lost to time. Part 1. The Work of a Master. Chapter 1. Hertfordshire, August 1928. Already the gardens are thrumming with life. The air is scented with expectation. People are here to do reckless things, stupid things that they might later regret, though the point of it all is in not regretting, for the idea of the party is youth. Not all the guests are young, but that does not matter. Youth can be easily faked with the right attitude. It is this attitude that counts. It is there in the pale knees that flash beneath hemlines, the clink and spill of champagne, the jungle beat of the drums. Most of all, it is in the dancing. Fast. Too fast to identify each of the individual movements, so that all one can make out is a sort of hysterical blur, seething, sweat-sheened. Tom is not a dancer, or at least not until he has had 3 or more glasses of champagne, the first of which he is drinking thirstily. The spindly stem and the wide saucer with its fragile glass lip were not designed for hasty gulping, and he manages to pour a good deal of it down the front of his shirt, where the material now sticks translucently to his skin. Tom is somewhat out of his depth. He has never been to this kind of event before. It is the sort one reads about in the society columns. Drunken, wealthy youths performing outrageous stunts. The bright young people. The press love and hate them. They celebrate them, they vilify them, and they know full well that they would not shift nearly so many papers without them. There are men with cameras stalking the shadowy perimeters of the grounds. Tom spotted a couple planted by the bushes as they came in, though no flashbulb flares were wasted on his entrance. He is here as a +1, the guest of his well-connected Oxford acquaintance, Roddy. They have both been up there for a year now, and Tom is not quite convinced that the friendship will see them through to finals. Tom is a couple of years older, his university career having been delayed by his father's ill health, and they seem to have practically nothing in common. But, nevertheless, here they are together. "You're pretty," Roddy explained, "so you'll attract the gals, and I'll swoop in and snare them." The theme for the evening is Arabian Nights. Tom wears a fez and tabard, embellished with pieces of mirror and coloured beads. He found them both in an antique shop in Islington. They smelt of mothballs and insidious damp, but he was proud of his discovery, though concerned that they might be too much. He needn't have worried. The other guests are apparently competing to be too much. Roddy pointed out the hostess herself as they entered, Lady Middlesford, swathed in scarlet chiffon, beringed and bejewelled with the treasures of the Orient, veiled with a scarf of the same red from which 1,000 metal ornaments dangle and clink together with the chime of tiny bells. A woman smiles up at him, sooty rings of kohl around incongruously pale blue eyes. By the doors that open onto the garden stands an odalisque, her stomach bare save for the adornment of a winking ruby. Roddy left Tom as soon as they stepped out into the garden, promising to go in search of drinks, but it has been nearly an hour now, and there hasn't been any sign of him since. A woman approaches.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?